there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber, and I'm so glad you've joined me today for my weekly weigh-in on my 103-pound weight loss journey, the journey of a lifetime. So, hopped on the scale this morning, and what do you think it said? Well, there's always a story, right? Well, I'll tell you what it said, and then we'll have story time. Well, it said 185.4. If you'll remember from last week, it was 185.0. So once again, I'm up 4 ounces. The saga continues. So now it's time for story time. I did really well, keeping within all of my points, my dailies and my weeklies. I think I might have gone over. No, actually, I think I was pretty much, at even. I used up all my weeklies, all my dailies. Now, I will say that we had a birthday family dinner, like I was saying, for my older son this week. My younger son and my older son's birthdays are a week and a half apart. So this past Monday, my son, I asked him what he wanted me to make him for dinner. So he selected meatloaf, peas, and macaroni and cheese, and an ice cream cake. So I had some of everything. I had a very small portion of everything. I had literally like 3 tablespoons of the macaroni and cheese, just a little bit of the peas because I did add butter for the masses, you know, have to make it tasty. And then the meatloaf was ground sirloin, so that was good. And I just had a little bit of that. Now I did slice up the cake, the ice cream cake for everyone, and I took up a slice for myself, a very small slice. And then I looked at it and I thought about my goals, you guys. I said, do I want to erase all of my hard work? No. So you know what I did with that slice of cake? I sliced it in half. So I sliced my small slice in half, and I literally had 4 bites of it. 4 bites. So I'm learning that I can manage this. I can have just a little bit, a little taste, still enjoy it with the family, and still stick to my goals. So I was pretty proud of myself, you guys. I will say I had cabbage and split pea soup yesterday, so lots of fiber. Not worried about the 4 ounces, not at all. But I definitely am recommitting. I mean, as if I have never not been committed, but I am definitely, you know, refocusing, reevaluating basically everything that I'm doing just to stay focused. So as you know, I show this almost every time, every week. This is my weight loss chart, right? And so I was talking to hubby the other day about my weight loss goals, and I said, you know, let's see, I am down 63 pounds. So if I'm at 185, I'm down 63 pounds from 248 pounds a year and a half ago. So that means I have 40 more pounds to go. So I was talking to hubby about it, and I said, you know, 40 pounds, that doesn't seem like so much, but when you see this whole big chart, it's still mentally, I don't know, it just seems to be overwhelming a little bit. So he suggested, why don't you make up a chart starting with where you are now, which is what I did. I thought it was a great idea, actually, because this looks far more manageable to me, right? So 185, and then of course my goal is 145. So I only have, you know, 9 boxes to cross off. So that is much more manageable. How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So for me, 1 box at a time. So I like that idea. Now, I will say I have increased my steps, which is a big improvement, and lots of back pain again this past week. I am really looking forward to my appointment at the cancer center in 2 weeks for my 6-month checkup there. And when I meet with my doctor, I plan to ask for a referral for the orthopedic doctor regarding my back, because it has just been a lot of pain. So I don't know if they will probably recommend some scans first, but maybe some injections, something that where I can get the pain under control, because I really would like to be more active and be able to, you know, walk on the treadmill or walk in the neighborhood without a lot of pain. So looking forward to that appointment in a couple weeks. But I have been deliberate about increasing my steps, limiting my sitting, because prolonged sitting tends to really aggravate my lower back. I have a slight bulging disc, so that is an issue, along with just really the lack of estrogen, which causes me extreme pain. Even though I take a really good joint supplement and it helps me a great deal, I still have a lot of pain, especially, like I said, with the prolonged sitting. So looking forward to getting that addressed so we can move forward. But you know what? We work with what we have. And, you know, I was telling my daughter, you know, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get through this. I was thinking just the other day that, you know, when I got married 25 years ago, I weighed about 165. So being at 185, I am just 20 pounds from the weight I was when I got married. That puts things in perspective. That is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not that I'm stopping or slowing down, but that kind of gives me a little perspective here. So happy about that. So I made some notes of things that I wanted to share with you. I will say, you know, really, when you're on a long-term weight loss journey, mindset is everything, everything. If you get your head in the game, you're gonna do this. I was watching Michelle at My Everyday Wife Life, and I'll link her channel in the description box below. If you don't know of her, check her out. She doesn't necessarily do weight loss videos, but she does clean eating and some home decor and organization cleaning videos. She's a lot of fun to watch. A fellow Floridian and a fellow cancer survivor. So I always like to watch her channel, so check her out. But she was mentioning Tosca Reno, and I have her book, and I've had these books for a long time. This is the Eat Clean Diet book, and it's really not a diet, it's a lifestyle, right? We've talked about that a lot. But then I also have her cookbook, and she talks about, I think at one point she lost, I don't know, 65 pounds. She's a teeny thing, as you can see, but she has a lot of good ideas. There is one recipe in here that I really am looking forward to making again. It's her Maui black bean soup, and I made it years ago, but somehow I put too much chili powder in it and it rendered it inedible. So I'm looking forward to redeeming myself. But we love black beans. Hubby, that's one of his favorite beans. My very favorite bean would be navy beans, but I'm looking forward to making that. So that's with like carrots and celery, onions, you know, kind of like a vegetable thing with it, but looking forward to making that. But sometimes just being inspired by others. So for me, reading through, you know, this book and just getting some ideas and just kind of reinforcing what I already know, that has been helpful for me. So like I said, I have increased my steps this last week. So my average daily steps was about 3,547 steps. So that is definitely an increase because, you know, the whole pandemic thing has, of course, affected my daily routine. So I'm not moving around. I'm not as active, going out and about as much. So yeah, so I have had to be very deliberate about getting my steps in. And then, of course, like I said, with the back pain, sometimes I just have to lay down. So there's that. But yeah, I would strongly suggest, you know, be mindful about what you're putting into your mind, because, you know, the brain truly is the center. So If you're feeding your brain self-defeating thoughts, guess what's going to happen with your eating and your habits? But if you focus on your goals and just positive reinforcement and thinking about where you want to go, you know, if you aim for that target, you're likely to hit it. So encourage you. And, you know, journaling, I talk about this all the time, but my weight loss journal is an invaluable tool. And I will say also, just talking to family members or friends about your weight loss, maybe about your struggles or about your victories, sometimes you just need a sounding board. So yeah, definitely encourage you to do that as well. I have my little notes here, my little Post-its. But I was thinking, you know, I would be to 184 if it weren't for, probably if it weren't for the family dinner and the ice cream, the other day, but that's okay because like I said, life is to be enjoyed and celebrated. We had such a nice time with everybody here. It was wonderful. And thoroughly enjoyed having all the kids and, you know, their, well, my son's wife and the other significant others. So we had a house full and it was great. It was great. But another thing that I'm learning in terms of eating habits is when I am full, set the rest aside and you can have it later. You don't have to have a happy plate. You do not have to finish everything on your plate. So that is another thing that just being mindful of, okay, I've had enough, or even well before you get to that really full state, you know, being mindful of how you're feeling and if it's enough, if you're satisfied. I always tell myself you can have more later. But yeah, that has been a very helpful thing to keep in mind as well. Now the weekly this week is talking about the 3 benefits of activity and things we already know, but bear repeating because we always need to be reminded of these things, right? So the first thing is activity increases endorphins, which is the dopamine and the serotonin, the feel-good hormones. And this is definitely true. Definitely. I always feel better. I'm sure you guys do too when you're more active. And then it helps us to sleep better, the second thing. And then the third thing is that activity helps to lower triglycerides, which is the fat in our blood, which of course elevated triglycerides lead to heart disease. So we definitely don't want that. So, yep, so just a positive encouragement to move more, be more active. And the other thing I was going to share is my older sister and her husband are coming to visit, like I mentioned last week. So they're coming next week and I'm super excited. We haven't seen them since last Thanksgiving and we just are thrilled. It's just, at this point, it's awesome to have family around. We've missed them and we plan to have some Scrabble matches. She is the Scrabble queen. I don't know why I put myself through playing her, but no, we have fun. But she has an amazing vocabulary, but yeah, we enjoy each other's company, the visit. We plan on baking cookies, going to an art museum, so lots of fun times. So next Wednesday, I will not be uploading a video, but look for me the next week. So I hope you guys are doing well. Please leave me a comment below. I love to hear how you guys are doing on your weight loss journey. What is helping you to stay on track, or what is your struggle? You know, we can be a support to one another. And I hope you guys stay healthy and blessed. Take care.